take your place as king.
That's very good.
Hakuna Matata.
It is time.
You have to take your place as king.
Welcome back to Cyberpunk. Today we're going to be reviewing The Lion King. Why I thought it was a dud and it was a complete, fantastic disappointment in its entirety. And I'm kind of hurt by that. Okay guys, jumping right into it. Why I thought Lion King was an extremely disappointing film. And again, from my perspective, it's going to be the perspectives of someone that grew up on Lion King. Someone that, when I was a kid, I probably watched it 500 times, you know, the animation. Why I thought it was absolutely wonderful. From my perspectives, remember, most of my perspectives are going to be from a director, screenwriter's perspective. So someone that is engulfed into film, someone that loves creating. That's my perspective. Now, I have had conversations with a lot of people who are just run of the mill, you know, want to go to the movies, have a good time with my kids. Those people absolutely love Lion King. If that's the kind of person you are, you may enjoy it. But if you're around my age and you watched it as a kid and you were in love with it as a kid, you're gonna be a little let down. Now, the guy that was sitting next to me, he was having a swell time. He was dancing, singing, talking to his girlfriend, and maybe he might have ruined it some for me too. Like, shut up. I'm trying to watch the movie. Please, shut the hell up. I hate it when people do that. Like, don't sit around me talking, because I'm gonna tell on you. I'm gonna go get the manager and I'm gonna tell. Shut up, let me watch the movie. But anywho, jumping right into it. Gosh. The big letdown for me was, for one, with Lion King, where I was let down because the song was, in my opinion, horrible. It was like they didn't want to really commit to song and dance. But you committed when you started singing. You committed to it. So they kind of tried to take the high road like the Jungle Book did when we had the adaptation of the Jungle Book. They didn't really go too deep into song. They kind of played with it, but didn't dig deep into it. And that was one of the big reasons why I had a love-hate with Jungle Book. I enjoyed Jungle Book. It was an amazing film. It's just that, for one, they didn't give me the song I wanted. It was a song with Ka. And they never really committed. That was the same thing with this. They committed more, but they gave you this. To me, it was a super relaxed version of the song. They didn't really go all in. They didn't really capture you and captivate you with the song. So I was let down, especially from Scar's song. His song was my favorite song from the whole movie when I was a kid, but they kind of missed the ball on that one. Now, what I will say about the way the graphics, the CGI in the film, absolutely stupendous. That is probably the only one thing that I did like about this film. I mean, the CGI was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. You expect nothing less from Disney. They knocked it all the way out of the park. So if you're going to the film and you just want to see something that's visually stunning, you'll love this movie. Now, another reason why I did not like the film was because it was an exact frame by frame of what was in the cartoon when we were kids. Like, they really showed me why I don't really want to go to the movie to see the exact same film, which I always tell people, respect the source material, but it doesn't have to be an identical rendition frame for frame. So it was like, I had a friend of mine who actually made a comment. He was like, Mufasa dies, Simba becomes the king, he fights Scar dies in the end, and he ultimately marries his sister. And that's pretty much, and people were upset, like, how could you tell the film? And they were being serious. Like, what do you mean? Like, everybody knows the way this film ends. And that's the problem. Like, I never felt like I didn't know what was coming. I never felt like, you know, I was going to be taken off guard. It was exactly what is in the cartoon. Now, some people are saying, well, it's a Lion King live action rendition. What do you expect? I'll give you an example. Alita, Battle Angel, absolutely fucking amazing movie, because they didn't give you script by script, play by play what was in the anime. They took some of the same encounters happened, but they happen in different places and they happen in different ways. So it still leaves you like, oh, what's gonna happen? You could have did the same thing with Lion King. We didn't have that. Even we all know that Scar and Mufasa fought. You could have showed me that fight. You could have did anything outside of the source material as long as you brought it back. And that's the problem. They didn't do that. So to me, it felt like, okay, I'm gonna go see a movie. I was extremely excited. I bought my tickets like 2 weeks ahead of time. But the thing is, I was completely let down. It's like I was expecting more and they gave me nothing. It was a complete letdown. Now again, graphics are amazing. Graphics are beautiful. I was stunned. The next thing I hated about the film was the voice acting was horrible. Beyoncé didn't do a really good job. Now with the song, killed it. She's a very, very amazing songstress, but her voice acting, sorry, that's just my opinion. The Beehive will probably buzz all over this video and I'll probably have 3 million thumbs down just from that comment alone. Beyonce's amazing. She's not a great voice actor. The other issue I have with The Lion King is that I at no point felt like any of the characters, any of the animation, I had no connection. None. And people would say, well, it's hard to have that. They can't really show too many facial expressions. They're lions. Okay, I'll piggyback off of that. But they're talking lions. They're talking lions that understand talking freaking pigs. It's like they can understand each other. Wildebeest, everybody can understand each other. Show me some type of freaking emotion. None of the animals had any type of emotion on their face. It was like, I am your father, Mufasa. I am disappointed with you. Ha ha ha. Dad, do you forgive me? I'm so sad. I felt like no emotion, like no connection to any of the characters. The Lion King was a disappointment. I mean, I'm not gonna say that you won't go to this movie and kind of enjoy it. You know, it'll bring back some childhood memories. But for me, I feel like The Lion King really dropped the ball on so many different levels where they had the opportunity to slam dunk. I feel like if you hear someone tell you that Lion King is an amazing movie, I feel like it's people that don't really have high expectations. Me as a screenwriter, as a director, I don't know, I'm obsessed with film. I'm obsessed with creating, I'm obsessed with, you know, worlds. And so if you want to see a review that is going against the norm, then that's my review. I'm gonna give you straight up. I was blown away from the visuals. I was blown away. I was blown away from the Beyoncé song at the end. I was blown away from that. The song and dance throughout the film, I wasn't impressed because they didn't really fully commit. I Just Can't Wait to Be King from Simba was probably the one song that kind of went all out. Like I said, Scar's song for me was my favorite as a kid. They really dropped the ball there. I mean, it was really, to me, disappointing on the song part. Again, visual was amazing. As far as the connection and chemistry between the characters, I never really felt any connection and chemistry. I never felt that emotional grab. I felt like it was a play like, look, we can just give them a visually stunning film. You know, it's The Lion King. Everyone loves it. And then boom, we'll just give it to them. They'll love it and they'll freaking watch it. And it is what it is. I felt like The Lion King to me was subpar at best. So there's not much more to say about the film. You get exactly what's in the animation. Take the actual cartoon when we were a kid, make it live action, that's what you have. I didn't want that. I wanted that, but I wanted more. I wanted them to give me more. I use Jungle Book for an example. If you look at the Jungle Book, it wasn't frame by frame what was in the cartoon. You don't have to give me frame by frame what's in the cartoon. You can give me something extremely close. You can keep going back to the source material, but even if you go straight source material, give me something interesting. And I guess that's why I never felt like I was really connected to the movie, because it was the same damn thing that's in the cartoon, which isn't a bad thing. It just wasn't done creatively enough. So I'll say, when you go see, it's worth seeing. I will say this, it is worth seeing. I'm not gonna sit here and say it was not worth seeing. Don't check it out, don't go see it. But this is probably one of the only reviews you'll see online that's gonna tell you it was a freaking letdown. It was disappointing. I wasn't blown away. I expected more. And I'm let down and I'm hurt by it. And you know, it is what it is. I mean, you win some, you lose some. And dim some, you lose. So I'm gonna be giving you my review. What is my review, 1 to 10, for The Lion King? Bing! I give Lion King a 5.5. That's just my review. 5.5 out of 10. The reason I give it a 5.5 out of 10, that is 100% CGI. 100% CGI. That's the 5 and the 0.5 as the experience as a kid. I got to see, you know, The Lion King in a live action rendition. I was a little bit disappointed when Mufasa died, so they almost nailed that, even though I knew it was coming. Yeah, so 5.5 for me. Barely a 6, but a 5.5. That's what I give Lion King. Out of 10, I would hope that it would have been better, but to me right now, leading in the game right now for me, Alita Battle Angel, as far as movies that were cartoons that were remade, animes that were remade to live action, Alita Battle Angel to me has taken the lead. There's been no other live action adaptation of anything that I saw as a kid, Battle Angel, freaking Jungle Book, Lion King, Aladdin, nothing, no film can compete with Alita Battle Angel. Right now, for me, that's leading the reigns, man. Like, so that's leading the races. So Alita Battle Angel does it again. So it is what it is. I mean, Lion King, I was let down. I was disappointed. You will enjoy this film if you take your kids. They'll love it. There's nothing about it that they won't like. They'll love it 100%. I feel like adults, people my age in the 30s, like we grew up on this. So for me, as long as you go watch the movie with the mindset that is, you're not gonna see anything extremely amazing. All you're gonna see is a live version of what we saw as a kid. If you go into it with that mindset, then you'll love it. For me, I was expecting a little bit more. I wasn't expecting to go into the film and to see exactly what I saw as a kid made to live action. I would have waited for DVD probably. But there you have it. That's my take on why Lion King was a complete dud. Well, not a complete dud. That's an exaggeration. It was okay. It was okay. It wasn't extremely enjoyable. It was okay. We'll go with okay. So that's my review. 5.5, Lion King, live action adaptation. This is Cyberpunk.
I missed him! I'm gonna get one of those vultures one day. I'm gonna get one.
I don't know why it's so important to you.
I just feel like it would make me feel better.